It's me, Renee. I'm back. So I'm doing a bit of a crazy video. Well, this is actually gonna be my December TBR. Renee, you're doing December TBR? You may be asking yourself. It's 16th of December. It's supposed might be different when I post it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna post it today. Half the month is gone. Why would you do this December TBR now? Well, one, because I haven't done it yet. And two, I've seen other people who did it a few days ago, so it's not too late. And hey, it's my channel, I decide. So, decided I'm gonna do December TBR. So this is kind of, well, obviously my December TBR. I might pick up a few other books that I have here, but since I just have 2 weeks left, I'm not sure. Because, anyway, these are the books that I will prioritize. The first few books on here are library books, so obviously I'm gonna try to prioritize them. One of them I think I might read in January, and also I borrowed them last week, so I have them till the first week of January, so I can read them then as well. But yeah. So first we have Ghost of the Shadow Market. I'm actually buddy reading this with someone from Goodreads. Sorry. We're reading 2 stories each week, or 2 or 3 stories each week, starting this week. So yeah, this is going to be fun to get through. The Shadowhunter books, I used to love them. Now I'm more like, I enjoy them, but I don't run to a store to get them when they get out. I don't pre-order them, but I might pick them up and read them. I've read most of them, but I haven't, for example, I haven't read this one before now, even though it's been out, I think, a few months. Not sure. But yeah, and also her middle grade series I didn't enjoy, so I'd read that one, and yeah. But I I always really love these bind ups, this story collections, like Magnus Bane Chronicles or Shadowhunter Academy, or this one. Well, I don't know if I'll enjoy this one, but I'm assuming I'll enjoy this one very much. And then we have Zeppelin Deception. This is not a library book. I just said I was going to library books. That was the library book. I don't care. I lied, okay? I lied. Anyway, this is one of my highly anticipated books of this year. And yeah, I very much anticipate or plan to read this in December, before the end of the year. Highly, highly enjoy this series. And also, isn't it a beautiful cover? Beautiful cover. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. So that's that. And then we have, oh yeah, sorry. I suppose sorry. I should also say it's December, and I've found out through someone, don't remember who said it, who made me aware of it, but someone mentioned that December is, well, you could think of it is as diverse December. So the point is to read diverse. So that's kind of been my point this month, to try and read a bit diverse. The first week I didn't mainly do that because I was part of the readathon. Well, this is season readathon. But after that, this last few days, I read a diverse, I would say. Yeah, I have. And yeah, the few books I've read, except the readathon, I'll include in the wrap up. Duh. So yeah, this one is Big Rep, Fat Rep. It's called No Big Deal by Bethany Rutger. It's by a teen who's fat, and she likes being fat, but the world does not like it, and she's just tired of being picked on because of her size. And yeah, interested to get this one. It's a library book, so yeah, plan to read this in summer. It's not huge, so yeah. You might think well, that's quite many books when you have 2 weeks left in summer. How have you managed to do that one? Well, I don't work full time, unfortunately. But I work more in summer, but there's some days that I don't work, and those days I'll try to read a book or two. I know, don't guarantee I will it, but I have time to read more because of that, or I feel like I have more time. Usually I only work once a week, so usually I have more time to read. Well, usually also read more. So anyway, babbling. Let's move on. Then we have Does My Head Look Big in This by Randa Abdel Fattah. It's about an Australian Palestinian girl, so it's fun. It takes place in Australia, and it's about Palestinian. It's not about Iranian or Indian or something like that. It's Palestinian, so that's fun. At least I think so. I read this 10 years ago or something, or when it first came out, or many years ago. Many years ago. I enjoyed it. I kind of felt like I wanted to reread it. So yeah, and it fits, as you would say, perfectly for diverse December. So yeah, gonna read it. Then we have The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. It's by Becky Chambers. It has lesbians in it and sorry, another diverse representation. I think it's out now. I'm not completely sure. It's been on radio for a while, but I haven't picked it up before now. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get you. So yeah, it's a TBR book. It's a library book, so I'm planning to read it in December. And yeah, well, obviously it's in this video. Then we have All the Invisible Things by Ola Collins. It's about a bisexual girl, bisexual teen in London. So yes, bisexual rep and very beautiful cover. And yeah, it's not huge. So yeah, gonna get this one. And then we have three more library books. We have this one, 2 uker på vei, or 2 weeks on 2 weeks. What is the original story? 2 weeks wait. Logical, really. And it's about It's an adult book about a woman who has to decide if she wants to have a baby or if she wants love, because her fiance doesn't want a baby, but she kind of wants it. And because of a biological clock, she has to decide soon. And then we have Lust for Words by Eyolf Walsh. It's a middle grade story. This one is not particularly diverse, that I know from the back, what it might be. I haven't read it yet. It's about a local library that's being closed, and the people want to stop it being closed. And yeah, library love. So yeah. And then, last library book. I actually got this book, and I think, what is this mysterious book? It's actually a bind-up of, well, I was about to say all, not all of them, a lot of William Shakespeare plays. I've been wanting to read more Shakespeare. I read Hamlet and A Midnight Summer Dream already, and I read part of Romeo and Juliet, but not all of it. And I kind of want to read more. I like whenever there's a William Shakespeare retelling or a William Shakespeare movie, I'm like, oh, I want to see it. But I haven't read all the plays. Yeah, I kind of want to read them all. There's a lot of them, but I kind of want to read them. Not like now, just in in the course of my life. So I'm not gonna stress it, but yeah. But I'm gonna read 12 Nights with Sage from Sage Reed and Sarah from Sarah Bean Books, Sarah Bingstream Books. I'm gonna link it in the video. They started a book club this month where they have one Shakespeare play and one retelling, and they're going to do that every other month for the next foreseeable future. I don't know when they'll stop. They want to read more Shakespeare as well, obviously. So yeah, and just FYI, this one is getting a Norwegian translation because Shakespeare is not easiest. So yeah, and yep. So that's the last library book. But I actually have 2 more books that I own, and these books, because I own them, I'm not 100% guarantee I'll read them now because they're not in series, or they're not last in series or in series. So I might procrastinate with this to January. I might not. I'm not sure. But these are like on the maybe pile. So I have Places I Cried in Public by Holly Bourne. It's a contemporary hard-hitting book about a girl who gets traumatized, no, what's the word? Who gets bullied in a relationship, no, not bullied, who gets... A boyfriend is mean to her. Okay, a boyfriend is mean to her. My words are just going away in my head. But yeah, she's abused. She's being abused. Abused, that's the word. So yeah, I've been wanting to get this for a lot of the fall. It's one of my fall anticipated books, but as you see, just because a book is so anticipated, I might buy it. Even though, and yeah, before I had bought other books I anticipate. But reading it in the fall only has so many times, so many hours in a day, so maybe not. And then we have Darker Still by Leanne Renee Hebrew. It's a book, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the protagonist is either deaf or what's the word? Not blind, but mute. Mute. I think it's one of those, maybe both of those. And it's also about her finding a picture that she can walk into and out of. So it's kind of artsy. I read it before, a few years ago, and I've read this one and the other book and the second book in the series. It's a trilogy, and I haven't read the third book, so I want to reread the first two before I read the third book. I planned to read this in November, and then November came and went, and now I plan to read it in December. Not 100% sure I'll get to it, but I might. I might. And oh yeah, there's one more thing. Reading these two, it's Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. I started in November and then I just got a few pages in. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't in the mood for it. Now I'm a bit more in. I've read the first part. It's like part 1, part 2, part 3, I think. At least 2 parts. I haven't checked if it's 3 parts. I thought maybe I'd read more today. That didn't happen, but I like it now. But it's a science fiction, so it's like a book that you sometimes pick up and sometimes you don't feel like picking it up. Or like for me, I'm really enjoying it, so I'm thinking I'll probably devour this in one sitting. It just hasn't happened yet. Well, devour the rest of it in one sitting. But yeah, I plan to finish this one before the end of the year. Don't think it's gonna be that big a problem. I might procrastinate and don't do it, but yeah. And then we have the Pickwick Papers. My edition of it is uh, sorry, is divided into 2 books, 2 binds up, but it is one story. I started the first story. I read the first story 2, maybe 3 years ago. Actually, I started this one. I think maybe the year after that. I wasn't really in the mood for it. Now I read. I think it was 2 chapters maybe. So I haven't read that much more now, but I read a bit more, and same from feeling is I'm new. Renee, finish it, or just read more in it. So I'm hoping this will push me to read more in it. I am enjoying it because but it is like all the books. So finishing all the books that you start, and then reading all the plans that you want to reading all books all the books you want to read. Yeah. Sometimes this happens, and yeah. So yeah, those are 2 of my. Well, that one I will finish. I know. This one I'm not sure of, but I might read more of it. I might read. And yeah, that's my December TBR. So just tune in for my December wrap up to see what of these I read. Actually, maybe I read tons more. I don't know. Anyway, this is me. Oh yeah, just a little FYI. I may look a bit weird. Still got a bit of a cold, and my lips are dry, and my face is dry, and my mascara's been weird. So I feel myself like I look so nude and stuff, but I could put on face cream, but I wasn't in the mood for it, and I have to I feel like I have to relax. I have to have my eyes with no mascara because of my eyes being bit weird lately, so that's why that is. And yeah, so tune in for wrap up, as I said, later in the week, in the month, to see what I finish actually. And yeah, Renee, out.